You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
Hey, welcome to another edition of Talk Show Kings. I first want to thank the producer of the show, Mr. Felix Washington, and the city of Douglasville and around the globe for inviting us into your home tonight. I'm King Allah, and to my left is...
I'm King Ralph, and to my left,
I'm King Darwin.
And together we are the Talk Show Kings. Hey, we got some exciting topics for you today. The first one is about 70s and 80s music versus today's music. And the contrast and all the, the good, the bad, the ugly. We're going to get into it all. And the second topic is a hot one. It's about the border crisis. And we said we was going to stay away from politics, but we got to touch on it today. And there is an election coming up, so we will be touching on politics today. But first, we're going to talk about music. You know, music is a thing that makes you feel all types of emotions, happy, sad, love. Even with the new music and rap, you can feel angry and violent. I felt that from some of the new rap music. Kind of gets you a little bit agitated and aggravated if that's what you're looking for. Me, I'm not really looking for that so much. But, if that's your groove, more power to you. What do you think, brother?
oh man, hey man, I get back to the late '60s, early '70s, the late '60s, early '70s. Man, I'm like, as you was talking, I was thinking, it was like you had a smooth beat to it. Or you might even go to the Temptations. It was love. It was all that. But now, the way things are turning, each cycle it changes. People like closing, how they look. Cause you remember back in the days, I was a fro man, and you can see now.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm proud of it. But my thing is, I miss those days. It was more like love. It was reaching out, connection. What about the Sugar Hill Gang, hip hop?
Right.
It
Messages.
was clean.
Right.
And then it went to something a little stronger than that. They tucked that out and they wanted pressure. It was more like hurting somebody,
Right.
disrespecting your brother, your sister. So you know how that go. I don't want to take it all up, but I know my man has something to say about that.
Yeah. How you feel?
Okay,
D?
yeah, passing it to me. Definitely, I feel like, the 70s and 80s music definitely had more soul, more realness, more feeling.
That's right.
To it than today's music, most definitely. Today's music, I really don't even hardly really even listen to it. I mean, it's a lot of garbage to me. I'm just being honest. I mean, it's preaching a bunch of drugs, sex, and killing. If it ain't about drugs, sex, or killing, then it's not on the radio.
I got to say something. You're so right. I don't see myself listen to music because you know what I have in my car? They don't have it much. I have a CD player, and I got old schools. And I'm telling something, I was a Teddy Pendergrass. It was about when the love song, you could feel it.
Yes.
Now it's like, B, I'm going to take this, I'm going to tell, I want you to do this, and you better give it to me deep low. What?
Right.
Yeah. It's getting crazy, man.
Yeah, it's getting real crazy. I mean, today, and that's what they, you hear the thing, what it was, Busy Bone had talked about the meeting with the record labels.
I was going
to Did y'all ever hip to that?
Yep.
Remember that? And he was
basically what you're talking about. He said there was a meeting between the record execs, the higher ups, and they had invested in prisons. So they said we want the artists to promote criminal-minded type of music so that we can fill up the prisons.
Yeah.
And that is the truth.
That's
that
the sickest.
it's
Yes,
very
and-
sick. And actually, you see the pattern worked.
It is working.
It's working.
It
Those
is
young
working.
black men are filling up prisons, listening to the music.
You know what? I had a talk with someone, and this guy owned a record store back in the 70s, and he said something to me. He said, you know, think about jewelry. What's the first three letters in jewelry?
JEW.
And what is that? Jews.
Jew.
Okay?
They run the jewelry.
And because
business, so-
brothers wasn't really trying to wear no jewelry, and that was the whole thing. You got to look at the concept of everything behind something to make money. Anybody putting any little thing out there flopping for it? Come on, man. Really? You remember coming out of Compton?
Yes. Straight
Remember
out.
that? And
Yeah.
had a Jew guy, the guy going, yeah, really?
Right.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a common theme too. When Kanye West spoke about that, how the Jews run the music industry and how they kind of like jerk everybody. And he's like, everybody knows it, but everybody's being quiet about it. Or they'll say, you know how the Jews are, like after they done jerked you and you signed a contract and they still
right.
jerk you.
Yes, absolutely. And another thing with the music of today too, I think it's not like before. Like, you know, back in the day when we was growing up, you go to the parties and go to the clubs and, you know, and they played so slow songs.
Right.
You know what I mean? That really like relaxed the crowd. You know,
Right.
you know,
They don't
you
even
would.
do that no more.
It's no more slow dancing in the clubs no
right.
more,
Like
or
a
the
whole
parties.
slow down, like a
You remember that?
It's like you go to a party looking for a fight now.
Yes, absolutely.
Somebody-
Or you got to be on some type of high energy.
Yes.
You know, it's nothing more relaxed like we used to walk around. Hey, you know, walk around the club. Hey, oh man, she look good. I can't
Right.
wait till a slow song come on.
or even
I'm gonna ask her
dance.
for a dance. You know,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know.
we used to dance too.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah. We used to dance. Exactly.
the cool thing to
exactly.
do.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
ain't
But
dancing no more.
we don't
But
even
y'all
have that
sound like
no
quarter
more.
parties.
No R&B. No R&B at the clubs
Right.
no more. What y'all
Yeah,
think?
well,
You know, I don't go to clubs anymore because it's always a shooting or something, disrespecting me.
Right.
I
And
think
some of
that's
that
dangerous.
music, they want to kill. Everybody got a gun now.
that's right.
That's the music.
Disrespect.
That's the music. Yep.
That's
Getting
what the
into
music
your
promotes.
Spirit is telling you to, you know, be violent and be angry. Last time I went to a club in Atlanta, it was a hip hop thing, and the energy and the vibe was all angry, man. It was like I felt it.
Mm-hmm.
Fight's gonna break out any minute. You know what I mean?
But that ain't hip hop though. You remember?
Right. Yeah,
Because
it's
remember
not.
hip hop, the real hip hop.
hip hop.
The
It was
real
fun.
hip hop was artists really talking about their life experiences
and messages
and
stuff.
messages behind the music.
That's
I couldn't
right.
wait
That's
till
right.
Nas or KRS-One or
Mhm.
one of them came and dropped another single, so
Exactly.
I can go and buy their album so I can learn something.
And it was
We
teaching us. That's
acted-
what I
it
was saying.
taught us
Yeah, they
things.
was teaching us. Yeah,
They
yeah.
really actually used to teach us from their music
Fantasy
back in the day
Five.
when we was growing up. Now
Mhm.
today they're teaching.
Oh, they ain't teaching the man.
well, they teaching you how
It's
to
sad.
sell some
You seen
drugs,
those
do some
little
drugs.
girls, that was on social media. They were like 3-4 years old, twerking to Sexy Red, man.
Man, please
And they were like, "Where
stop
the
it.
parents at? Where's the parents was foolish enough to play the music and film them these little babies too, man. Not even
That's
that's 3 and 4 years old trying to twerk and look.
And that's the influence that our female artists have on our younger youth today. You know,
But it's cute when they doing it. Oh, look at little boo boo.
No, it's not
Until
cute.
it's like,
not do twerking,
you know, really, it's like, oh, what you say, babe? And it's like, really? They do. I seen a girl did just like her mom, going low, and they saying, "Go, babe," and as a parent, and that's your daughter, you're thinking, wait a minute, that's not cool. That's why
Right.
I don't believe soliciting my grandkids on YouTube, Facebook. My kids don't do that.
right.
Because it's sick out here. You got to watch. You don't know what a person thinking in their mind, you know? Yeah. Do that girl up. I just had my grandbaby just turned 4. And one just turned 10. You know, and you know, already she's saying, Mommy, ain't I cute? Yeah, you cute, but, you know, in time, you know, so why? Because where is she getting this from?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, but she's innocent right now.
Yes.
But that's a good topic. What you're saying,
music,
because
it will turn them
It's
kids.
it influences the soul. I
That's
mean,
right.
it definitely influences, a person's energy, and I'm thinking, far as the way that we, back in the day, they had black activists and they used to try to boycott it. Remember
Yes,
that,
yes.
right?
Yep.
And we really, back then, we thought it was bad. Leave us alone. We trying to do our music, right?
yeah,
But that was a positive move that they
That's
were
right.
movement that they was really trying to stop.
Okay.
Calling girls out their names and
Right.
always, trying to promote violence and,
Yeah.
and things like
That was the
that.
start.
But we were younger though, we
Right.
thinking that you're trying to stop what we're doing.
Right.
Trying to stop this movement, but they was actually trying to do something
But you
good
see,
for
the
us.
labels are not stopping it. One guy, it was a white guy too. He made a point. He said if he went to the radio station, right, and tried to get them to play a song about killing dogs in the street, just kill that dog. See a dog, kill it.
they'll ban him.
Right. He said they would not play it. He said they will play songs by young black men killing other black men all day long, every day,
Yeah.
wholesale,
That's
all
right.
day on the radio. And that's a problem for the black community. I
What do
think
you
they
think we
hijack-
could do about that? What do you
Man,
think?
we gotta take back our music industry because it's ours basically. The
It
industry
really is.
is ours. The powers that be can distribute the music, but they can't create it. So we got to just get into the distribution and all the other aspects of business and take it back and regulate it. Like, listen, we're not having no sexy reds and none of that. And we're not having none of that. If we ain't talking, and then I think it's a collective thing where we have to, as a people, say, enough is enough.
I think so.
But okay, I can go back further than that. Remember Sam Cooke?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sam Cooke was supposed to have been murdered by the woman that a landlady said he was raping this other woman. But Sam, when they found his body, he was beat. And it was allegedly said to mafia because why they did that, because he was trying to own his own music. It was unheard of back then.
Yeah, he did, I heard.
He even talked to James Brown about it. Said, "Man, you crazy." It's like, hey, we work for them. Cause this at a time used to give a black artist maybe $1 million. They thought they made it.
Right.
Prince even brought it up. If they paid you $1 million, they must have got at least
$1 billion.
10 million, close to
Yeah.
after that. They gonna make their money, but my thing it is that they even took his name, Prince, the artist or something.
And he turned his name into a sign, like the sign, the
Symbol.
artist formerly known.
Yeah, that's
the
it.
symbol. Yeah.
But see, when you saying that, take the music back, don't you understand? And I preach this all the time, but a bunch of black artists get together and say, we can be at one power. They can't say, go back to Africa no more, because they need our music.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to be funny. You ever went to a white party, you're going to hear black music.
Oh yeah.
You know that? Like, hey,
course.
remember this?
You remember rock and roll? And I remember
Yeah.
a time when rock and roll was thriving, and hip hop literally came and destroyed rock and roll. Like, there's no more rock and roll. I remember there was a Grammys. This was years ago, and one of the last rock and roll groups, he got an award, and he said, "I'm surprised that I'm standing here, because rock and roll, and it was over. After that, it was over. You don't even hear of no rock and roll. You don't hear about it.
Yeah.
And all of those white kids that used to listen to rock and roll are now hip hop fans.
Yeah, but you
Well, I
got to
don't
say,
even
a
like-
lot of music been stolen
Yeah.
from us.
Yo,
Absolutely.
we started it.
We
Yeah.
have, did you know we used to do country?
Oh yeah, of
Everything, all that.
course. All
Rock
of
and
it.
roll.
Jazz,
rock and roll,
blues,
You
yep.
know?
It all come from the blues.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So the music been stolen, and they've made money off our music. You remember how Little Richie used to say, everybody stole my music.
Yeah.
I ain't getting nothing. Because Pat Boone, stole his music. Come on. Tutti Frutti. Oh, Rudy, come on now.
Did you
And when-
see the interview with your boy? You talking about Little Richie, and he said he never was gay. He said that the white men that controlled the industry made him act like that around the white women and around those people.
Oh,
'cause
to be
they
accepted?
wanted him to be, just gay, and he said that was an act. I seen that interview. I said, what? He said, yo, that was an act. He said, I was never like that. He said they kind of pigeonholed me into, being that way to perform in white clubs in front of white women and stuff like that, because they didn't even want like Nat King Cole, because they thought he was a threat to just white women liking him.
Well, he was a
dark
threat.
man, he sing and serenade your woman. They like, no, we can't have you in the club.
He had the highest rating show, and they closed him down a year later.
Wow.
And they go to show, and they did it because Nat was smooth.
Yeah.
Nat was one of the best, man. He's up there with Sinatra and those guys.
That's right.
So when you get a brother come out there, this Natalie Cole,
His daughter, right?
That was his daughter, but he didn't want his daughter to get in entertainment. Let me tell you, this business, entertainment, it could be a poison or it could be a blessing. I don't think that you should be, they call it the couch, sitting on the couch and giving yourself up.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I look at a lot of things and like acting. I love actors, but at the same time, everything has a spirit. Remember the movie they did, Passion of Christ?
Yes. Yep.
Do you know that guy actually got electric? He got shocked by lightning. He was struck by lightning a couple times.
The guy that played Christ.
The guy played Christ.
I
See,
know who he is.
you got to watch what you do in life, because I'm telling you.
I think he got struck because he played Christ.
Well, you playing a sensitive part, and portray
He did a great
Christ.
job too.
Yeah, he did a good job, but
I mean,
like I say,
considering,
Mel Brooks, I think, sponsored that thing.
Yes, it
made
was his
lots
film.
of money,
Yeah.
but
and
then
he got a
started
lot of backlash from the Jewish community.
yeah,
They said
exactly.
it was anti-Semitic. And it's weird to say that, because it's like, how could Jesus be anti-Semitic if he was a Jew? Like, right. How does that work? But that's something else.
Yeah.
But the music, man, I mean, what do y'all see it going? Like in 2025, 2026, where will we be in music?
I'll be honest with you. I don't even know the hottest song. I don't even know the number one song. I don't watch the Grammys anymore because everything is just weird and funny. You trying to who is who?
Satanic.
They got so many new groups. Who
That's
is
the
that?
word right there.
Satanic. Yep. The music is satanic.
And that's what I feel the direction that the music industry is headed in. It's just it's very, it's ran by a lot of satanic people, man. In that industry, man, is because a lot of you can look at their album covers,
Yep.
their videos,
Hey.
a lot of
And then they can't
symbolism.
sing.
Hey, did you hear that
Yes.
the young brother Lil Nas X? We spoke about him on the show. That he denounced Satan. He said he's back to God. He wants to be forgiven for all the stuff that he did. Now I say, God is a forgiving God, right? He's a merciful God, right?
Right.
So I say that, if you're gonna do right, come back into the fold. What do y'all say about Lil Nas X?
Hey, I mean, everybody needs a second chance.
Yes.
And how many times the Bible says you can fall? 7 times, 7 times 7. And then who am I to point a finger at anybody?
That's right.
Because 10 pointed at me. I'm not a perfect person, but at the same time, suppose God turned his back on me and said, you did this in your life. Oh, man, that was one time, Lord, or maybe 10 times. So myself, I just look at it. I want to say something about the satanic that you was talking about. You remember Jerry Lee Lewis?
Yes.
They did the movie Great Balls of Fire. The guy actually portrayed him. Do you know he kind of lost his mind on the set? He was walking and running around the studio like he Jerry Lee Lewis doing. He slept with he married his 13-year-old
Cousin or something
That
like
was
that.
his second cousin.
Yes, yeah,
his
I
first
remember something
cousin.
like that.
That's his second cousin, 13 years old.
Wow.
But Elvis did it. Everybody kind of hid it on the rug because he was having
Right.
a lot of young girls allegedly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we tend to put a blanket on some big things, but say, what about this person, that person? I mean, I'd be remiss not to say that our lines are open too. 'Cause I don't want to forget
Oh
that.
yeah. The lines are open.
somebody
if you
wanna
want to
call
call
in.
in, anybody want to speak on the music business, feel free to call in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I like people like the artists. I'm old school, brother. I love old school. I even like country. I can like some
Country music
blues,
is cool.
R&B, and hey, I like rock and roll. But don't get me wrong, I can't stand no heavy rap. I don't understand, and I don't like heavy metal. I can't
Right,
understand
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Let's keep it
and,
real.
I can't get into.
You know, it's like
Yeah, I can almost listen to any music except for that heavy metal with the
Yeah.
hard guitar screeching and
Yeah.
and all of that. I think that was like the one that I just would stay
Yeah.
away from.
Yeah.
But any
Yeah.
other music, if it's some good music, good melody, good tune, good vocals, I can pretty much go for.
I mean, hey,
You know,
you know what? I do comedy. I used to do. I say something. Would it be something Barry White? Because you know when Barry like, hey, I love your style. Oh, okay, okay. It was on time. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, oh, Barry about to put down. No, but it was. But you know, Barry would talk the whole song. Boom, boom. So. You know, he's like, oh, you know where you're going with
Ain't
that.
got no more
Oh, you got
Barry.
Teddy.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
turn off the lights.
yeah. And like you said, they don't even highlight a lot of R&B artists in the
You got like a
music
couple,
awards
right?
anymore. I mean,
It's
they
like
almost
Usher
like
and
was
like
talking about
maybe-
dropping R&B off the genre.
That
Yeah.
would be a
They
travesty.
was literally
man.
talking about
I believe it too, because there's not
dropping
hardly
R&B
no one out there.
from the genres.
Really?
Right, ain't nobody out there really.
Yes.
You got Chris Brown, Usher. You had a couple of new cats come out. There was a new cat that sounds just like Marvin Gaye. You remember the song I'm talking about? It's a new song, but it's like a soul song. He kind of mimicked a Marvin Gaye kind of sound.
It was I don't know if it was Ja Rule. I one did that one. Not Ja Rule. What's his name? Oh, still with a J. Oh my God.
Jaheim.
Jaheim.
He was
had a nice voice
Yeah.
and he fell off a little bit.
Yeah, because I had heard an interview about Jaheim too one day, and he was talking about he'll never release another album again.
Yeah.
Wow.
He might release a single,
Oh, okay.
but not an album because their albums, R&B albums, aren't getting
Play.
the sales, the
Right.
streams anymore because
Right.
it's all about streams right now. Anyway,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Streaming
it's all
and
about the streams. So he's like, I'm not going to release another album. You know,
Wow.
he's just going to release nothing but singles from this point on too. So a lot of artists is going that way, you know, because of the sales
Right.
of R&B albums,
No, I got one for you. You know what? You know why?
and that's a shame.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh,
Remember the
man.
live
Greatest.
bands?
Oh,
You don't
yeah.
hear live bands anymore.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
none.
That took it away because then you hear people could sing. You know, these studio rats now, it's like when you hear them in person,
Yeah.
I spend
yeah.
millions of dollars.
but then that's why you wonder why, you know, you got all this killing and all this shooting
Right.
and all this violence going on
Yes.
because that's all we're actually listening to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
That's
know,
all they pushing. on
Women
us.
disrespecting themselves as being women, and men disrespecting themselves as being kings. So
Big
you know what I
time.
mean? We gotta get back to, you know, the good music again.
I mean,
You know, what happened, man?
Like the
Took it
Staples
away,
sing.
man.
It's
It's like
crazy.
old
Yeah.
school.
the label said, "Hey, man, we ain't giving y'all this no more. We just gonna flood y'all with
Garbage.
this garbage." Yeah,
Literally garbage.
literally. Yep.
I don't know. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking her. I've heard Taylor Swift music. She sounds pretty good. I like that because she's a billionaire. And what the other girl billionaire? The girl was at the Grammy last year. She's pregnant.
Beyonce.
No.
Rihanna.
Rihanna. I used to hear some of her music, and it's like I don't hear a lot anymore. You know, I'm
She's
not.
putting out nothing new.
Yeah, I guess I'm not feeling. I'm looking for those artists. I mean, I give anybody respect. One thing about I like, I don't care if you green, white, black, purple, orange. If you got it, like I mean, those artists in the days like Tina Marie, you didn't care what you was. You just heard that
Right.
song, like man,
Yeah.
you know.
Good music.
So now it's like to come up now, you got to do some things. But like I say, when the live bands went, they got a lot of performers out there. You know, a lot of people live music, drums, the horns, the piano, guitar, and we just don't have it anymore. It's all
Earth, Wind, Fire
instrumental.
feeling.
Yeah, so because and then you look at the kids twerking to this thing. It's like, are they really listening? What's up? And remember that survival music? We got to come together like one, the brothers,
Yeah.
sisters. Now you hear,
Definitely none of that.
because
No,
war
that's
used to
done.
do that.
The unity music is gone. You ain't hearing none of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I think we losing a lot of play. Because I can't sit down with my wife or somebody sitting with their girlfriend or their boyfriend, and it's like I want to kill your music. A girl, I'm gonna do this. Here's some love,
Yeah.
love making. That's how a lot of babies was made.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we lost
what's
artists like
being made now?
So
Animals.
well, you know,
making these.
hey, the women are becoming more masculine,
Yeah,
and the men are becoming more feminine.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's coming out even in the music, you know. I mean, that's
Exactly.
what a lot
I feel
of
like
the
that.
artists, a lot of the male artists are coming out of the closet, talking about their actually.
I ain't knocking
you
them
know,
because
I'm not
I mean
knocking
Right.
anybody.
they have some
It's
great
It's like
voice.
they
Look at
pushing
Luther.
it though.
Luther was the baddest dude.
Oh, Luther Vandross.
And you
yeah.
didn't never. But one thing I know,
That's
I
funny
never
you brought up
seen
Luther.
Luther be.
I never knew Luther was gay. Pardon me. You know that I just figured it out. Like I was listening to some Luther music, and I was like, this whole time, he was serenading the man, yo.
all the time.
Because he was
But you
serenading in
couldn't
the
tell.
music.
Yeah.
He was like doing that kind of
The music was on
yeah,
off the
yeah.
chain.
And then,
Yeah.
you know, after, and I was young when he was out, but, I learned later that, they said he might have died from AIDS, too. That was one of the things that they brought up.
Uh-huh.
But I'm listening to his music now, and I can't help but think, like, this the other day, I'm like, damn. He's
But
a
I don't
hell of
hear
a
it.
singer, but
Hell of a
if
singer.
you think, this dude was actually singing about a man. He had to be. He's a gay man, you know what I
You're
mean?
right.
But it don't take
You
away
know.
from the energy, but still, it just made me think like, man, this dude the whole time,
But he was a genius. Let me tell you why.
Mhm.
He could take your song, make it his. I
Yes.
saw him take a Diana Ross and what's his name for the Commodores, lead singer. Oh my God, he's on American Idol. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Lionel Richie.
Lionel, he could take that song. He did it with Mariah Carey. Man, it came hit. And what about Dance with My Father again?
Yeah.
See, poetry, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he definitely was a
take
great
your song and make
Yeah.
it his, a number one. So, I'm just facing. I think it's just going down. And you watch the next Grammy. If anybody watching this out there, they're gonna say, "Look at the Grammys." Say, "Do we actually know these people?" And then listen to the music. And don't get me wrong, guys. Everybody have their different styles. I'm looking at the styles they win. I don't know if they're a man or woman singing. Could they come up with the titles
Yeah.
and the hair of it down here, and and I ain't knocking you. It's just that let me hear something. I want to hear the acapella. That's when I see people on the internet sound better
Right.
than these artists. Like, man, they really sound like that.
Hey, it would be real cool if a young person would call in and give us some of your intake because we a little seasoned veterans here, and I believe that the music that's out now appeals to the young crowd.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean, it don't. Let's face it, it don't appeal to us. You know
Definitely
what I mean?
don't appeal
It don't
to me.
appeal to me. I mean, I can't even.
Listen to the radio.
Right, it messes
It's
with
terrible.
my energy. Like
Yeah,
it'd be
it
like,
does.
man, this is not cool music. Like I don't get into the groove. We groove with music. Get into the
Exactly.
Because like you say, man, back in the day, they talked about something
right.
in their songs. I mean, even if it was love, or whether it was
Fight the power.
an experience of growing up, in the inner cities.
That's
'Cause
right.
mostly all of our artists back then was coming from New York. New York was
Yeah,
mostly
the rap artists and stuff.
yes, it was definitely the haven of of the music industry.
I think it was poetry because you hear the words, "When I first saw you, you had sparkles." See, everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know what was going.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
So now it's like hey,
You don't get that.
Girl,
Not at
take it
all.
off. Let me
Right.
do this and do that. What?
Yeah,
What's the
but one of the
foreplay?
songs that came out this year, the young boy came out with, it was the song literally went like this. You ever heard that song?
Yeah, yeah.
I kid you
Yeah,
not. It's on the
absolutely.
radio and it's like,
What do you? How can you get into that?
hey, look, we're gonna go on a short break and stay tuned. We be right back with more talk show.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your film live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your TV show, sitcom, and showcase and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are exciting times that we're in. Traditional TV is but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is on the Roku platform. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It has a viewership of 53 million and counting. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and showcasing your movie or show, or interested in coming in as a sponsor or advertiser, please send us your contact information with a brief description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? Do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon. Hey, we're back real quick. We're going to touch on something we had about feminization, about young blacks in the community. We're going to come back to that. And we got a special guest next week, Mr. Greg Cade. And we will hope you catch that. So now we get back to our show. What we was talking about, back to you, King Allah.
Yes. To the second half of the show, the topic is a very heated political topic. It's about the border crisis. Now, I follow this stuff closely. Apparently, the Biden administration thought, it was okay to open the border, basically, or not secure it. Now, when Trump was in, he was screaming, "Hey, we want to build the wall," and everybody, the media said, he's a racist against Mexicans. He wants to build a wall. Remember that?
Yes.
Now, Biden and them, because it's getting closer to the election, he wants to clean that up and pretend like for 3 years he wasn't letting them people come in to the tune of almost 10 million illegals, undocumented, whatever you want to call them. There's a thing now you can't even call them, the name. Callers, if you want to call in too, now's the time. The line is hot, so call in. But that's basically what I know about the border is that, before Biden got in, there was always a crisis at the border. Don't get me wrong, but this is unprecedented. We watching Venezuelans, all these people, they opening up their prison, opening up their insane asylums. They're opening up their and they here go, and Biden has sent out a kind of like a dog whistle. Like, you come in, and they're allowing them to come in without being vetted. This is the problem. When you don't vet people, you don't know if you're letting in child molesters. You don't know if you're letting in gang murderers. You don't know who you're letting in. You don't know. And then they seen there wasn't no families. It was military-age men. That's another problem. It wasn't a bunch of families. I watched footage from the border where they were just flooding in. And now it's a crisis. Now it's a real crisis in those sanctuary cities, right? In those sanctuary cities, they flooded those sanctuary cities like Chicago, New York, LA, primarily Democratic states that said, all right, come in, right? Now look what's going on. Crime is out of control. Those migrants in New York, they beating up police, getting out of jail the same day.
Excuse me, King Allah.
Yes.
I believe I thought I heard somebody call in. And did I get somebody to call? Or maybe we lost it because I thought somebody called in.
Before the break.
Sure. Well, caller, please call back. We missed your call. But can I address something of what you're saying?
Sure.
Listen, I came on this show because previously King and I was talking about it. You know what I learned in my life? And I've learned that you just can't run bath water and tell me it's raining outside. What I'm saying to you is, look, I go back. Somebody told me, well, the migrants are coming over the border taking our jobs. And I notice every time it seems like it's a problem happen to America, they make black people a part of America. And other time we're second-class Americans. When you said the people coming over rapists, sir.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but we have
to be vetted. In other words.
Yeah, but we have all that here. When it was blowing up Oklahoma, the bombing, it wasn't that.
Let me ask you a question. So you saying we got rapists here, so it's okay to let others
no, that's not what I'm saying.
To let a country open up their jails and send their prisoners here.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm gonna get to that. What I was saying is that, let me tell you something. I volunteer at a pantry every Wednesday. I don't see Mexicans coming through there. I see people from Ukraine. I see a whole line of people. And I looked at them last Wednesday, and I said, "Where you
In
guys
Georgia,
from?"
right?
Oh, we Ukraine. They're from Ukraine.
Yeah, but guess what? This is not a sanctuary state. This is a Republican state.
No, but wait, let me finish. You know what I'm saying? You see, actually, it's not really because we voted in. This was a Democrat because they beat out. This is still Democrat. Let me finish. What I'm saying to you, I look and I see they always want to target to the border. The Republicans themselves, I'm looking at them. Senator Romney said, "We got the best deal." Yeah, Biden trying to stay in office. True enough, you're gonna open up the waters. Okay, he said we can close this down, but Senator Romney said no. Trump said, "Don't make any deals. Let me come and get the credit." And they're saying what? That's why a lot of Republicans are retiring. Not to mention this, Trump. Anybody that signs up there and agree with the Democrats, they're gonna be called rhinos. Now, like as I said earlier, a lot of Republicans are retiring. One Republican, he's retiring. He should have let the Republicans know because he got a seat open, and if he'd have said he was retiring earlier, they could have somebody run for his seat. But a lot of old Republicans they sent it themselves. One guy came on and said, "Hey, did you see the border bill?" He said, "Nope, I never read it." He said, "Well, what you gonna vote?" I ain't gonna vote for it. But Romney, one of the top Republicans, and others said this is the best deal Republicans ever got. Now they didn't even sign it. Now the border is open, true enough. I see them coming through there, but they got a lot of guards they done hired. I did research on the guards, how they pay the top at the border, 103, some going down to maybe 65, some 43. What I'm saying to you, if you have a chance right now, they could have tucked that and they could ran on that and say, "Good, we got something from the Democrats." Instead, they said, no, he said it himself. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying, the Secretary of State, for the Republicans, saying they're mad at him because he made a deal with the Democrats. I don't understand it. I look at people come like it was one time our peoples was struggling, trying to get over, not slavery, I'm talking about from different countries. Anybody dark, they didn't have a chance. Now when I look at the Ukrainians, these people got credit cards and all these different things that people been here all their life. And I know because I'm loading food in their cars. And they had one Jamaican group came in. I said, "Where you guys from?" He said, "Guess." I tried to figure it out. He said, "From Jamaica." It was a family. We ran out of food. We had sacks of potatoes, cabbage, all different kind of things. And I look at these people. Then most of them are so arrogant. I mean, they said, "Hey, how you doing?" "Hi." I said, "Okay, where'd you like it at?" "Put it in the front." I'm like, wait a minute. We're Christian, but we got to be kind. But at the same time, I kid you not, they got 10 in the family. I'm loading groceries like crazy. This last week, they gave up about 140,000 pounds of food. I seen a few whites, a few blacks. And I'm telling you right now, see, they get our mind thinking, okay, those people in Mexico, it's not coming to take my job. I mean, I wasn't gardening. I ain't going to count no bunch of beans. Don't get me wrong. They got drugs. A cartel can come over. Yeah, they got to get them people checked.
Fentanyl, too.
Huh?
The fentanyl at the border.
No, it's at the border, too. But it was coming over before that. What I'm trying to say to you, what about opium when it was talking about allegedly?
Can I say something? Because I'm listening, right? And you said you did research, and you saying that they was coming over before that. But one thing is for sure. We know that when Trump was in office, we didn't have a border crisis because he was the border czar. Like, build that wall, because he was building the wall. And they knew, because he sent the message, like, don't come over here. Don't come over. And they didn't.
Yeah.
They did not.
Yeah, my thing with the border crisis is I don't knock anybody for wanting to better their life, if it's going to be better over here in America than where they're presently living. But the thing that I have a problem with is the government allowing these illegals to come over here, and they're actually giving them more privilege than us. That's the issue that I'm having. I mean, it's been said that, allegedly the government has been paying these illegals $400,000.
They've been giving them a lot of money.
Lots of money to get set up to live here. And a lot of these illegals aren't Mexicans. Literally. These are peoples from Asians to Russians to you name it, Venezuelans. All types of other people is hitting the border now, and that's because, like you said, a lot of people were talking about the invasion, an inside invasion. The reason why the Democrats are allowing all of these, because they really sold the country off. The country really isn't even owned by the United States anymore. Their charter is up. So this is the story that, some people are reporting, that these people that's hitting the border, they're UN nationalists, military, and they're trying to invade the country from within. What do you guys think about that?
Well, my thing was that they got a thing called catch and release, and that's the problem. What's going on? And they catch them, and if you Google, it's like catching a fish.
You're right, catch and release. They got that.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
and then they got the gotaways.
Okay, but wait a minute. You catch and release, and then they just dust them off and say, okay, you got to go to court. My thing, and they giving them places to stay. That's the thing I'm against. But I go back to this. They had a policy. The border could have been shut like that. Republicans saying, no, we don't want to sign that because, listen to me, if somebody's saying, don't sign that, let Trump get in, and he said, I want to be.
I think you got it mixed up. Because I was saying something. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what you got mixed up. Trump had border what do you call it, laws and stuff in place. As soon as Biden got in, he took all of those things, catch and release. He stopped catch and release. So in other words, first day in office, Trump had a bunch of stuff that he had, executive orders. Biden comes in, shuts down I forgot the name of the number of this one law that's like, no, you can't come here like that. So what happens is they come in here unvetted. They're not being vetted. Nobody's screening them. They're not coming through a channel where it's like, okay, like normal. You coming through the gate, through the regular gate. They're coming through these little backwater at the border in Texas. And Texas is going at it with the government because the government is trying to stop the Texas Rangers from stopping them from coming in.
Yes.
Because the government is saying, no, we want them to come in. Texas is like, listen, it's a crisis, bro. We can't allow this shit no more. We can't have it no more.
Okay.
And then you deal with the sanctuary states. I'm gonna wrap it up with this. So the sanctuary states or the Democratic states that said, all right, we'll allow these immigrants to come in. Now they overran. New York overran. L.A., Chicago, they are. If you look at the news in Chicago, the blacks in Chicago are done with that mayor. I forgot his name, but he a black man.
Yeah, I know the mayor.
They're done with him. They're done with him. They're like, yo, you putting them before us. We are poor black people that been here paying taxes. These people don't pay no taxes. You giving them $1,400 a month. You giving them places to stay. This is the problem.
That's what I feel is
the problem.
I agree with you saying that, but what I'm saying, you're trying to say Trump had the best policy, right?
Well, I'm saying that he had a policy that didn't allow them to come in like they're coming in now. So Biden opened up that gate.
Well, let me respond to that. Trump, the horrible thing he did, you separate those kids. A lot of those kids, they finally got a lot of those kids back. Some of them with their parents. A lot of those kids was tucking off, trading.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because you know that under Biden, 80,000 kids came in without no parents.
They took the look.
You seen that? Right?
Listen to me. When they came over the gate, they had a choice. I'm looking at it. It said, we're gonna separate your kids. Okay. Well, I see him at the border. Well, give me my kid back. Let me take him. No, we're gonna take your kid.
Are you sure?
They had him in the tent.
No, because the only reason I'm saying is because a lot of Trump derangement going on. I'm not saying talk over. I'm saying
they had the kids. They filming them. The kids, all the kids right there sleeping in this thing. The kid crying all night for the parents.
May I say one thing about that issue with the kids? The thing was, what I feel, when Trump was separating the kids from the parents, because he was actually showing us that it has been a problem from day one with them stealing the kids coming across the border and selling them into the sex slave, into the child trafficking ring that's been going on all around the world for years and years and years. That's been the thing. And so when he was like, okay, now let's put these kids back together with their families, the kids was missing. Because this is what they've been doing for years.
But from my understanding, though,
been kidnapping these kids and taking these kids away.
Do you know
from their
today
parents.
a lot of parents have not gotten their kids?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, because they've been sold off into the this, because they don't have them.
But
they're selling these kids. They're selling these Mexican
but
kids.
you know something?
It's sex trades all over the world. They got underground tunnels and everything that's going on that we don't even have no knowledge of. You know what I mean? These are people that, that's high up. That's been.
But what that remind you of? Black people back then, slaves.
That's what they're doing.
Exactly.
That's what they've been
Same
doing.
thing.
Where did the crisis start, though? This is my point. My point is this. Let's do it, because I'm not a supporter of no man. I pay child support, but truth is truth. When did this problem start?
It's been started.
No. I'm talking about the problem we have now with them paying them all this money.
Oh, it just started under this administration.
Thank you. So what we gotta do is be true to the truth. I'm not. Listen, I don't like when we as brothers, right? We talk about politics and we internalize politics like, okay, these people are really representing us. Biden don't represent you. Trump don't represent me. We talking about two men that are running for the president of the United States.
And they'll say
and we got to be true to the truth. We know that when Trump was in office, the gas was low because he was digging for the oil. What is he saying now? Drill, baby, drill. Are you listening? Because you got to listen to both sides. I'm a political analyst. I don't just.
But wait a minute. Hold up.
Drill, baby, drill. What do you mean? Hold up.
No, the gas is not high now. It's not,
brother.
It's higher
yes,
than it's
brother.
been.
It is high, bro.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna tell you.
You living
something.
in a delusion.
If you drill here, and what you think? I know what they're doing in Ukraine. They're trying to save them because Ukraine had the biggest oil refiner, and Russia want to get that so they can own that, so they can sell it off. That's why Russia got mad when, true enough, when Biden tried to get him to get into that council, and then, but don't get me wrong. You might think, because it's like I'm agreeing with the Biden. I never was a Biden.
Different
I never was a
issues.
Biden supporter because I know what Biden did in his early years as a Senate. But just like I look at Trump when he had took that ad out, that ad out when those 5 kids started rape. See, I look at all these different things, and all of a sudden now he look at.
But I do want to say one thing.
What?
Do you know that when those Central Park 5, those kids, they said they did it. They said they did. So when people were saying, "Yo, man, those kids got to go to jail," those kids at first said, "Listen, we raped the girl." Then they came back years later and said, "Listen, we only said that because we was under pressure. We didn't have the right counsel,
Yeah,
and they
because
got
the
the
cops
case."
on their case.
But my point is this: a lot of people felt that way because the kids actually said they pled guilty. They pled guilty. They went and said yes. They said, "Did you rape the girl?" They said, "Yes, I raped her." Got convicted. So if they was convicted for saying, "Hey, I raped the woman," and then somebody come out and say, "Man, this is terrible," that's because they said we raped the woman. Now,
Wait
if
a
you
minute,
come back
what
later,
about the guy that came forward and said he was the one, and Trump still never took it out?
What do you mean?
Listen to me. Let me tell you something. I know we black up here. You can't sit up here and tell me you ain't never a cop get you in there. I never went to jail, but one time in my life, when my wife supposed that I put my hand on my wife's face like this, and she said, "Call 911." And I used to have long nails, and that's the time OJ did that little thing with
Right.
Nicole. Now check it out. The first time, I never went to jail, never been in a cop car, and when I went there, they had my bail at $1,500. And then they had white people there their crime was worse than mine, and they was like $500. Now you see, you can say the things, but these guys sit there because them cops will get you, hem you up. Hey, we'll let you go if you say you do this. Hell, you gonna do anything. They had back then. That when out of slavery, if you didn't have a job or where to live, where you going? Oh, I'm just walking. Put him in jail.
Right.
And if you sit there and think for one reason that we in an innocent survived place that we live in, that they're gonna say anything that the council get back. If you say you done it, you get a ticket, and you just say you did this, we'll get you off for this price. I know they do that. Yeah, they said that these boys was 16, 15 when they was up in there pleading.
Right, but that was my point, though. My point was that when they tried to vilify him, Trump, for saying, hey, these kids are bad, they wrong, whatever, he put out an ad and all that, and then what happened was he actually said, all right, I was wrong because the kids pled guilty.
He never said he was wrong.
No, yes he did. He said,
well, we gotta,
no, I'm gonna tell you.
We
let's go back to the border.
Back on topic.
Let's go back to the border
because you guys are.
Yeah, me and him, we got to go personal. Yeah.
Trump and Biden.
And let's deal with the border.
An issue, but the issue at hand was at the border, and it's definitely wrong how they've been treating these illegals, these immigrants coming to our country, giving them more privilege than
taxpayers.
Exactly, than the taxpayers of this country. You know, they putting them up in homes. They're feeding them. They're giving them. They're cutting them a fat check.
And that's wrong. I agree 100%.
And who's doing that though? But who's doing it?
And like I said,
no.
It's not the Mexicans.
It's Biden, bro. So you laughing? Look, let's deal with reality. Biden administration is the one that is responsible for giving these Mexican, whoever the illegal immigrants coming across, these cards in New York right now. They putting them people up in the best hotels, $300 a night.
And that's wrong.
Right, but look. Now when I ask, I'm being true to the truth. We know who did it. It was Biden. But Trump would never give nobody no money. Not no illegals, not no people that ain't paying taxes. He would not do that. So Biden is doing it. So I mean, it's okay for us to say, okay, look, Biden is the one that let the illegals in and giving them the money and giving them all these privileges. So let's deal with that fact. That's a fact, brother.
Yeah,
Ain't Trump did that.
No other.
All Trump did is gave money, hit our taxes high, the middle class, and
that's not true.
Gave money to the rich, and so
that's not true.
I know you're going to say,
but that's the opposite. He did the actual opposite. This is what I'm saying about Trump derangement. This is what I happen to know. As a political analyst, I started looking at policies. The first thing was 50 years, no president went drill for oil in America. We made Saudi Arabia the richest country in the Middle East, so rich that they built Dubai. They had enough money to build Dubai because of the oil money that we was giving them. So here you come, a businessman, Trump. He's a businessman. Hold up. He says, wait a minute. You mean to tell me we buying millions of barrels of oil? And we got oil under our feet? Get them drills going. And guess what happened? That's what caused the oil and the gas to go down to an all-time low during his administration. Soon as he got out, and it was the Keystone Pipeline. I was amazed with this kind of information. You know why? You know, a truck has oil in it, right? And it ships the oil. So a truck needs gas. So they said, fuck that, we're going to build a pipeline and use a spigot, like you turn on a thing, and let that oil go to where it has to go instead of using trucks. I said, wow, that's the meaning behind the Keystone XL pipeline that they was building.
Yes, so Biden shut that down.
And then Biden shut it down. It was 50,000 jobs with the stroke of a pen shut down. Now, this is my thing. When I look at these policies and these analysts, I don't care if you grab them by the pussy. If you tell me, that's what he said he grabbed him by the pussy. Now, if you tell me, well, look, I got a policy to bring the gas down and then put surplus oil in there, right? Sell oil instead of buying oil, sell oil. Come on, that's a better deal for me.
I mean, like you say, that's a heated topic, you know, our politics, the politic lane. You know, like I say, I don't really, care for neither one of them, but I think our time is up for this week.
Hey, I know we got final say, right?
Yeah, sure.
My comment, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not crazy. The Republicans say we're going to look at there's going to be a crisis. The economy going to be blowing. Right now, it's sad to say it, but it's the truth. Biden is the only president right now has the best economy, and you talk about 50 years, and all the presidents.
Brother.
And it's been, wait a minute, I'm just saying.
The best economy right now?
The best economy right now.
I'm done.
All right.
See you guys later.
Thanks
Peace
for
out.
joining
See
us.
you next week. Bro, you bugging. You are bugging. I could put you on so many lanes. I could prove you.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.